Just a nice little spoon of tomato, a little cologne for the color.
But you know what you're doing here. You know what you're doing. You're going to get hit on the head with that rolling pin. Because she said, whatever you do, if you're making the ragu bolognese, you don't put the tomato in.
But I really want to put a little bit of tomato in. A tiny little bit.
You're a heretic. You're a heretic. I tell you what Artusi has to say to you. Artusi had a very nosy priest who lived near him.
Right.
And he called him Don Pomodoro.
Don Pomodoro.
Do you know why? Because this priest got his nose into everyone's business.
Everyone business. Every sauce.
She's like the tomato, he gets in everywhere.
In everywhere, yeah. And look, I just put in literally like a spoon.
Everywhere. Maybe two. You should give some leftovers to her and see if she knows.
Signora Eda, you mean?
Perfect. To the success of your heretical pasta sauce recipe.
While my sauce is cooking, we've got time to take in the sunset over Bologna. That's if we can make it up all the 280 stairs.
I mean, what are you trying? It's not working up an appetite.
That's what we're doing, working up an appetite for you. Ci siamo, we arrive. Come. Oh, look at the moon. Andrew, look at the moon. It's so beautiful. Look, all the centro storico is just red, isn't it? Now we really landed in Bologna.
It would be Andy Warhol.
That's right.
Who's painting the ordinary objects of American life, but it's Heinz tomatoes, and it's brand names, Brillo boxes. I mean, maybe that's Bologna La Rossa. Maybe this is a kind of counterblast, because he's painting these pictures up until, well, he dies in 1964. So maybe he's the sort of counterblast to Warhol. For me, Bologna definitely lives up to its three nicknames: La Dotta, La Grassa, and La Rossa. And they're all intricately intertwined, a fascinating marriage of food, culture, and politics. It's quite a comfortable. Tradition is important in Bologna, a city which likes to remember its past. At its heart is the oldest university in the world, established in 1088, the home of La Dotta, the learned. Enrico Brizzi, one of my favourite Italian authors, studied here, and he's agreed to show us round. Wow! It's fantastic he's just coming off the street like that.
Yeah.
The most influential families, the most wealthy family all around Europe send their children for a tour of the main universities, and it was almost compulsory to pass from here.
Pass some time in Bologna. Are these their sort of graduation plaques?
Yeah, the graduated students left here the coat of arms of their family.
In 1562, Bologna began a massive remodelling of the city centre, including an expansion of the Cathedral of San Pietro. Petrarch and Thomas à Becket passed through them. And there's one room which I'm particularly excited about seeing, a true example of how art can inspire learning. Wow! This is one of the great things, not just at Bologna, this is one of the great things in the world. It's the only really authentic, surviving, early anatomy theatre, and that is a Renaissance coffered ceiling. And in the middle we've got Apollo with his lyre pointing down, the god of medicine pointing straight down, probably to the hand of the anatomy teacher as he demonstrates to his students how to cut up a body. I feel a bit presumptuous doing this, but I think it's the only way to understand the space, which is a theatre of learning.
He loves the art there.
Yeah, because the professor in ancient times was also an actor. Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was performing
Absolutely.
lessons.
Teaching was a form of rhetoric, and you feel that up here.
My job
Come
would
up
have
here.
been,
Hey, Georgia, come up here, Georgia.
my job would have been to be down here and tell you,
No.
sweeping out the blood and the prayers left over.
And so now you're on the spot, and you've got all the figures of the past. Galen and Hippocrates, they are all caught in a frozen moment of their teaching. And this canopy on the top of us is an allegorical figure of anatomy, but it's supported by these grisly figures of skinned men.
So you can see
the
the
tendons.
yes, and the muscle and everything. This is incredible.
He's even got a peeled penis. You don't see many of those in world art. See that figure at the back? Do you know what he's holding?
No.
He is holding a human nose, because that is Tagliacozzi, the founding father of cosmetic surgery, who apparently he did the first nose job. So that's why he's holding his
The
nose.
nose. Oh my God. How many years ago?
How many years ago? How many noses ago? Madonna. Enrico, I have to say thank you. It's just a masterpiece.
It's not hard to see how Bologna earned its nickname, La Dotta, the learned. And walking through these stunning buildings, the sense of them as living places of learning really is striking. They give the whole city a sense of life and vivacity. But just like an army, students and their teachers march on their stomachs, and it's time to discover a true Bolognese meal.
You know what? With all this skulking of Italian dishes, pasta ragu, the dish that's known worldwide by another name, spaghetti bolognese. In Italy, we are famous for our pasta, and Bologna is the place to come from fresh egg pasta, which artisans here have turned into a work of art. No wonder this city is known as the Grassa, the fat one. So here, the same attention to detail, the respect to art and to music, is pays to food. And so here you are, look, this is all made by hand. Look at what he says there. Le tagliatelle, le tagliamo su misura. They cut the tagliatelle how long you want it. So if you want heavy sauce, short tagliatelle. If you have a light sauce, like a pesto or a tomato sauce, then long tagliatelle. 2/4 or 1/4, they call them. No?
So this is tailor-made pasta.
Ma not only, look, it says in it, tortellini per ingannare I vostri mariti, to fool your husband. Because you take the moment, you tell your husband that you made it yourself. Because, yeah. Buonasera, signora Edda.
Buonasera.
Oh,
Era
che
fatto.
piacere.